Welcome to Timeless Audiobook. The River is Waiting by Wally Lamb. The River is Waiting, a novel by Wally Lamb. The River is Waiting. A novel is Wally Lamb's long-awaited return to the world of emotionally charged storytelling where family secrets, personal struggles, and the deep undercurrents of love and redemption take center stage. Known for his masterful ability to dive into the intricacies of human relationships, Lamb crafts yet another unforgettable narrative with this novel, blending themes of trauma, hope, and the power of facing the past. Set against the rich backdrop of New England, The River is Waiting carries readers through the currents of generational conflict, hidden truths, and the quest for self-forgiveness that spans decades. At the heart of the novel is Annie Donovan, a 60-something-year-old former television actress who has retreated from the spotlight to the quiet town of Manchester, Connecticut. Once the star of a beloved 1980s sitcom, Annie now lives a more subdued life as an acting coach, helping young talents find their voice while grappling with the ghosts of her own complicated past. Her days are filled with the echoes of applause and the persistent murmur of regrets, both personal and professional. Annie's public persona may have faded, but the scars of her private battles remain vivid. Annie's seemingly stable world begins to unravel when she receives startling news that her estranged brother, Tom Donovan, has returned to town after decades of silence. Tom, a Vietnam veteran turned reclusive writer, left behind a legacy of pain, blame, and fractured relationships that have haunted the Donovan family since their youth. His reappearance dredges up old wounds that Annie thought were buried, forcing her to confront painful memories of family betrayals, hidden truths, and the lingering shadows of their upbringing. The Donovan siblings grew up in a household shaped by their father's volatile temper and their mother's quiet endurance. Their childhood was a mixture of love, dysfunction, and moments of profound loss. Annie, always the performer, used her acting as an escape from the turbulence at home, while Tom turned to literature and political activism, eventually fleeing the family altogether. The chasm between them widened with time, each carrying their own version of the family's story, steeped in hurt and resentment. Now, decades later, the river of time has brought them back to the same shores, and the wounds they carry still ache with unresolved tension. Tom's return isn't just a family matter. It brings with it a manuscript, a memoir of sorts, that recounts the Donovan family's darkest chapters. His writing exposes not only personal demons, but also a harrowing accusation that shakes Annie to her core. Through his words, the carefully maintained facade of their family history begins to crack, revealing the hidden truths that have shaped their lives. As Annie wrestles with the revelations in Tom's manuscript, she finds herself revisiting the most painful chapter of her life, the death of their younger sister, Molly Donovan. Molly, vibrant and full of promise, drowned in the Connecticut River under mysterious circumstances when they were teenagers. The tragedy left an indelible mark on the Donovan family, and the unresolved grief has hovered over them ever since. Tom's version of events suggests that there was more to Molly's death than anyone wanted to admit, and for Annie, this revelation becomes an unbearable storm of grief and guilt. The River is Waiting moves seamlessly between past and present, painting a vivid portrait of the Donovan family across generations. Lamb takes readers through Annie's youth in the 1960s and 1970s, her meteoric rise to fame in Hollywood, and her turbulent relationships marked by heartbreak, addiction, and strained family ties. Through these moments, Lamb captures the emotional complexity of Annie's life, the dreams realized and abandoned, the relationships formed and fractured, and the constant push and pull between memory and reality. As Annie delves deeper into the past, she reconnects with old friends and former colleagues, each encounter peeling back another layer of her history. Her best friend, Claudia, a sharp-witted artist with her own complicated past, becomes Annie's confidant as she navigates the storm of emotions stirred by Tom's return. Together, they sift through the fragments of Annie's life, piecing together the truths that have long been buried beneath fear and denial. Simultaneously, the story introduces readers to the next generation of the Donovan family, including Annie's niece, Emily, a young woman with a passion for social justice and a fierce determination to understand her family's complicated legacy. Emily's quest for the truth brings a fresh perspective to the Donovan saga, forcing Annie to see her life through the eyes of the next generation. The river, both literal and symbolic, becomes a powerful metaphor for the flow of time, the inevitability of change, and the hidden depths of human emotion. As Annie and Tom confront their shared past, they must grapple with the question of forgiveness. Can they forgive each other? And more importantly, can they forgive themselves? Their journey is one of painful introspection as they peel back the layers of secrecy and confront the consequences of their actions and inactions. The novel's emotional crescendo builds as they edge closer to the truth about Molly's death, each revelation pulling them further down the current of unresolved trauma. Wally Lamb masterfully explores the nuances of sibling relationships, the complexities of memory, and the enduring impact of family secrets. His characters are deeply flawed, achingly human, and undeniably relatable. Through Annie, Tom, Emily, and the supporting cast, Lamb weaves a story of resilience, redemption, and the enduring power of truth. The River is Waiting also touches on broader societal themes, including the cultural shifts of the 1960s, the scars of the Vietnam War, and the evolving landscape of gender, fame, and identity. Annie's experience as a woman in the entertainment industry during a time of seismic change mirrors the internal transformations she undergoes, while Tom's political activism and disillusionment reflect the turbulent era that shaped them both. The Connecticut River, flowing steadily through the novel, serves as both a setting and a symbol. It represents the passage of time, the persistence of memory, and the inescapable nature of truth. Its waters carry echoes of the past and the promise of redemption, urging the characters to face the currents rather than drift aimlessly in denial. Lamb's prose is lyrical yet grounded, filled with emotional depth and rich imagery that brings the setting and characters to life. His ability to capture the raw, often messy realities of human relationships shines through every page, drawing readers into the intricate web of the Donovan family's history. The narrative structure, shifting between past and present, creates a tapestry of experiences that slowly converge, revealing the full picture of love, loss, and reconciliation. Throughout the novel, the river remains a silent witness to the Donovan family's triumphs and tragedies. It is where they found joy as children, where they suffered unspeakable loss, and where, finally, they must return to seek closure. The river waits patiently, as if knowing that the truth, no matter how deeply buried, will always rise to the surface. In the final chapters, the long-awaited confrontation between Annie and Tom unfolds with gut-wrenching honesty. The siblings lay bare their grief, anger, and regrets, their conversation raw and unfiltered. As they unpack the layers of their family's dysfunction, they begin to see each other not as adversaries, but as survivors of a shared history, scarred yet capable of healing. Emily, representing the hope of a new generation, plays a pivotal role in bridging the gap between past and present. Her unwavering pursuit of the truth, coupled with her compassionate understanding, helps Annie and Tom find the courage to face their demons. Through Emily's eyes, they begin to reframe their narrative, not as one defined solely by pain, but as a testament to resilience and the possibility of redemption. In the end, The River is Waiting is a story about facing the past with courage, embracing vulnerability, and finding strength in the truth. It reminds readers that healing is rarely linear, that the currents of life can be unpredictable, and that forgiveness, while difficult, is essential for moving forward. As the characters stand by the river, watching its endless flow, they understand that while the past cannot be changed, the future is still theirs to shape. With his signature compassion and insight, Wally Lamb delivers a poignant, emotionally resonant novel that lingers long after the final page. The River is Waiting invites readers to dive deep into the complexities of family, memory, and redemption, reminding us all that while the river of life may be turbulent, it also carries the promise of healing and hope. This is The River is Waiting by Wally Lamb, a powerful, unforgettable journey into the heart of family, truth, and the ever-flowing current of time.